Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate initializing variables using overloaded constructors in Java. So let's get started. In the previous session, I explained what is constructor overloading. Now in this session, using that overloaded constructors, how to initialize the variables, I am going to show you practically. Fine. So without any delay, let's switch to this Eclipse IDE. Here, you can see in the previous session, I created this class case, okay? Public class student. So I'll just remove all this stuff. I'll just remove all this stuff and create the overloaded constructors again. Public. Here return type won't be there for the constructor, so student directly. And here let me create some variables, class variables like what I can create, int age, let's say, string name, let's say. Okay, this is better. Then double marks. Like this, let me create some class variables. Now here under that, I'm going to create some overloaded constructors. So in this session, I'm going to show you how to use these overloaded constructors to initialize these class variables. Okay, fine. First, let me create the overloaded constructors here. First constructor doesn't have any parameters, guys. Okay, first overloaded constructor that I'm creating here, or the normal constructor, because no other constructor exists here. It's a normal constructor, doesn't have any parameters. So how these things will be initialized directly. Name is equal to name is equal to let's say Ravi. Age is equal to 25. Marks is equal to 98. Let me initialize here itself. You see constructor is, you see actual purpose of the constructor is what in Java, what is the actual purpose of the constructor, why we have to create constructor? To initialize the variables, right? To initialize the class variables for the respective objects, we generally have to use the constructor. That's what is the purpose of the constructor. Here zero parameters means how the constructor is going to initialize the class variables like this manually. Okay, so no one need to pass this data. Okay, when you call this when the constructor is called, the zero parameter constructor is called, when you create an object, automatically these class variables will be initialized this particular values. Fine. Now let me create one more constructor with the same name. If I create one more constructor with the same name, I'll get an error, guys. First of all, I'll get an error in Java because I cannot create duplicate constructors in Java when they don't differ in either the number of parameters or type of the parameters or the order of the parameters in which they are created or declared, right? So here zero parameters, same. Generally constructors will have the same name as a class name. Here also constructor is having the same name as a class name. So they are being treated as duplicate methods or duplicate constructors, guys, indirectly. So what I will do here is I'll just create one variable, guys. Okay, I'll just declare some variable. I'll just create one parameter here. Here zero parameters, right? Just to convert this particular constructor into an overloaded constructor, I'm going to give one parameter. So the count of the zero parameters and one parameter make these constructors overloaded constructors in Java. So here I'll simply say string name. That's it. So here this dot name is equal to name, I'll write. Okay, so this name is a class variable name and this name is a parameter name of the constructor, and remaining two things I'll do it manually. Age, okay, age 25, marks 98, like that, or some other thing also I can give, not 22, and marks are 94, I'll give. Okay, next, I'm going to create one more constructor. Again, I'm going to copy this previous constructor and paste it here. You see, this particular constructor is a duplicate of this particular constructor. Okay, overloading is not happening. The reason here is one parameter is there. Name of the constructor will be anyhow same because inside this class, no matter how many constructors you create, they will have the same name. That's the rule. Constructor should have the same name as a class name, but the number of parameters is one and the type of the parameter is also same. So what I will do here is I'll try to increase. Okay, I'll use one of the technique to increase the number of parameters here. That is after the string name, I'm going to give one more parameter, that is int age parameter. Now this particular constructor has two parameters. This one has one parameter. So overloading is possible. Now, since I am getting the name from the user, name while creating the object only, where this constructor will be called, where the object creation statement should pass the argument to this name and age. So I don't have to give the value for the age also. This dot age is equal to age. I can directly write. Only marks I need to give. I'll just give the marks as 90 here. Like this I can keep on going, guys. Okay, last constructor I'll create, last overloaded constructor I'll create now again this is a duplicate constructor of this because the same number of parameters are there. How to overcome this? You can follow any of the rules. I'm just following the number of parameters here again. So double marks I am saying, and here this dot marks is equal to marks. Now with the help of this overloaded constructors, what is getting possible? You can initialize these class variables in different ways, yes or no? What is the use of having this many number of constructors inside the same class which are overloaded constructors? What is the advantage of having this many number of constructors? You see, you can initialize these class variables for a particular object while creating the object by calling these constructors. Automatically the constructor will be called when you create an object, right? And the purpose of the constructors is to initialize the class variables. In how many different ways we can initialize these class variables for a particular object is something these overloaded constructors are making it possible. You see, this particular constructor when called when creating the object will initialize the class variables with this kind of static data, right? When you want to initialize this class variables with this constructor, name will be passed during the object creation statement only. The name will be passed. Remaining things you have to do it manually. Okay. And third thing here, you don't have to manually give the name and age. Only marks you need to give. These two data you will get. Okay. This data will be coming from the object creation statement. You see the different ways we are initializing. Coming to the last one, here all the data is coming from the object creation statement only. Okay, I don't have to manually pass anything. So that's how, if you want to initialize the class variables for a particular object in different ways, then we can overload the constructors. That's why overloading concept of constructors is needed in Java. So here I'm going to create a new class. Let's say sample yes, I'll say with main method I'll create. Now I'll drag it here so that you can see both the codes. Now looking at this, I want to initialize the class variables for a particular object here, but using which constructor we'll decide. Okay, new student I'll say. You see, if I simply say new student, I'm not getting the error because there is a constructor without having any parameters here. This constructor will be called where the class variables will be initialized with Ravi 2598. Okay. Now here S1 is equal to student, I'll say student S1 is equal to new student. And if I write, you see, just to see whether this particular class variables got initialized according to these different constructors, to find out, I'm just going to create some method, guys. Public void display display details method. Some method I'm creating. In this method, I'm just going to print out system.out.println. Okay, system.out.println. I'll just print name plus name hyphen, otherwise hyphen as a separator, name again plus age plus here again hyphen symbol again plus concatenation, and last one is marks, right? Like this I'll write a normal method, guys. So by calling that method we can get to know that how this class variables got initialized this particular object while calling the constructor using this particular constructor, though there are different overloaded constructors here in this class. Just by calling this method we'll get to know what data got initialized to these particular variables. So what is happening, guys, when I run this particular code, you see object will be created. In the object creation statement itself, the constructor calling statement is there. Which constructor out of this overloaded, there are 4 overloaded constructors are there. Which constructor will be called? The first constructor, which doesn't have any parameters, will be called. So Ravi will be initialized into the name, 25 will go into the age, 98 will go into the marks. And the same thing, Ravi 25, 98 will be printed in the output console. Run this code and see that you'll get the output like that. Let me drag it here so that you can see the output properly. Ravi 2598 came. Now similarly, if I say new student of, if I pass only the name, guys, I'll pass only the name. So I'll pass the name as, okay, Praveen. So now student S2 is equal to, now if I say S2 dot display details, what is happening, guys, when I say, so this will call which constructor? This constructor where the Praveen will go and store into the name, and that name will be passed to the class variable name. So here name for this particular object will be initialized with Praveen name, and remaining two things here, this one, right? This one, sorry, only one parameter. Praveen will go into this name, and that name will be assigned to the class variable. So Praveen will be assigned. Remaining two things will be 22 and 94. Praveen 2294 should come. When I run this code, you see Praveen 2294 came as we thought. Now going to the third one. I'm creating one more object, student. You see, I can create object with any of the constructors of this overloaded constructors, guys, depending on my needs. How I want to initialize the class variables for a particular object. I can call any of these constructors while creating the object here. I can call the constructor which doesn't have any parameter, which has single parameter, which has two parameters. It's up to me, guys, how I want to do in real time. Okay. So here I'll say Kishore, comma, age is okay 20. 4, 24 is the age I'm giving. Only two things I am passing. Here S3 is equal to object reference S3 is I have to declare with the same student class, and S3 dot display details I'll say. So here Kishore, this particular constructor will be called while creating this object, guys. Here Kishore will go into name and age will go into 24. So Kishore will be assigned to this class variable and 24 will be assigned to this class variable and marks will be 90. So Kishore 24, 90 should be printed in the output console when I run this code. Kishore 24, 90. Right? Similarly, the last constructor, guys. Okay, while creating the object, I can use this overloaded constructor also. So let's say student S4 is equal to new student of. Here I am writing. Okay. Mahesh, comma Mahesh, comma 19, comma 65 marks. Okay. Now all the three data I am passing, guys, all the three parameters. Okay. I'm trying to initialize all the three things from the object creation statement itself. I want to pass the data. So how you want to initialize the class variables matters in case of constructor overloading, guys. Here when I say display details, it should print Mahesh 1965. Okay. Mahesh will go into this name, 19 will go into this age, 65 will go into this marks. Okay. Nothing is passed manually here. Nothing is assigned manually in the last thing. You see Mahesh 1965, whatever. So by using this constructor overloading concept, we were able to initialize the class variables, class variables for this particular objects in our own way. If for one of the object, we initialize this way by directly assigning the data inside the constructor. For the second constructor, we initialized Praveen as an argument and remaining two we directly assign. Okay, what way you want to initialize the class variables for a particular object? For that purpose, if you have different ways, then you can go with this overloaded constructor concept you can use in Java, guys. Okay, so that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.